I've been doing art as a hobby and semi-professionally for almost 10 years combined. I studied fine art a few years ago. After I graduated, I began working as a full-time artist. Throughout the years of my artistic journey, I made quite a lot of art. There's bad art, there's good art, there's I don't know how to feel about this kind of art. But one thing that is consistent throughout my journey is witnessing the improvement of my art skills and the evolution of my personal artistic style. What really motivates me to pursue more in refining my artistry is the willingness to try new things and to be adventurous. When it comes to creating in general, I particularly like going out of the comfort zone and experiment with unfamiliar things in life. One of the good examples is trying a new art medium. There's also attending art classes and workshops and constantly finding new ways to create art. By doing all of those things that I've mentioned, it actually sparked so many new ideas and inspirations for me, and I get to discover new things about myself too. So when the team at Evolve Artist approached me and asked if I'm interested to try their art program, obviously I couldn't say no to that. I love taking art classes and I love learning new things about art, and that is why this video exists thanks to Evolve Artist. I will be sharing my honest review about the art program they offered and my experience after going through the first 4 assignments in the Foundation Block 1. If you are not familiar with them, Evolve Artist offers online art programs for anyone, whether you are already a professional artist or a beginner, or you just like doing art as a hobby. By going through the art program, you will receive proper training and develop necessary art skills very efficiently. In the end, you will be capable to create professional level oil paintings. By joining the Evolve Artist program, you will receive a box of art supplies that will be used in every single classes to create the paintings, aka the assignments. Inside the art material box, it consists of 4 grayscale oil paint, which is 2 shadow paint and 2 light paint, a bottle of linseed oil to mix it with the oil paint, synthetic paint brushes of different sizes, a painting spatula, a pipette to use it with the linseed oil, a ruler card, canvas pad, transfer paper, homework templates, checklist, mixing palette, and reference pictures of the still lifes that we will paint for every single assignment. The art materials were produced by the brand called All Holland, which is possibly one of the best brand of supplies I've worked with. When you're using such fine quality of art materials, you're more able to create paintings without worrying how the quality of the medium might affect the outcome. I like that Evolve Artists provides the same painting supplies to all of the students that are taking this art program, so we all can have equally pleasant learning experience without wasting money on buying unnecessary art supplies. There are 2 stages in this art program, which is the foundation stage that contains block 1 to 4 and the advanced stage block 5 to 8. Each block contains up to 20 assignments to complete. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but I personally think these assignments were all well executed. The course components as well as the still life models and the method of teaching are very similar to what I experienced in an art school.
So what I want to do is I want to get my carbon paper. It doesn't need to be mounted with 100 pieces of tape.
Evolve has given me the access for taking the Block 1 courses, and the first exercise is learning everything about oil paint. We start by transferring the homework templates to the canvas, and our instructor begins telling us the tools that we're going to use, how to properly use them, how to mix the paint with linseed oil, how to apply oil paint on the canvas, and honestly a lot of tips that we can also use it in our own practice.
I put a 4 centimeter or 1.5 inch mark here. That's how much paint I want to put out.
I'm going to be really honest, I learned more about oil paint on Evolve more than what I learned in art school. Well, back in my art school days, I didn't get the chance to further develop my skills using oil paint. I sort of just touched the very surface and understand all the basic knowledge about this medium. So I'm glad that when I begin taking the program on Evolve, The instructor begins with introducing the tools that we are going to use, showing us how to arrange our workspace, how to mix the paint, what is the best consistency to work with, and also giving us tips and ways to take care of our tools, like how to wash your paintbrushes and so many more.
What I want to do is I want to kind of load up the canvas with paint. The brush goes down flat, and I'm doing a side-to-side movement. I have to be careful to make sure that that's exactly what I get.
Going through the program on Evolve is very similar to attending classes in an art school, but we can do that at the comfort of our own homes, which is perfect for an introvert like me.
To race through this stuff, later on you're going to be lightning fast. You're going to be so fast when it comes to painting.
The entire Evolve program is all video based. The students are able to watch the instructional videos anytime, anywhere we want. And I think the best part with recorded content is when we can pause at any moment we want and replay the parts that might be a bit confusing when we watch it for the first time. You can also go back to rewatch the content and the lessons as many times as you want. Nobody is going to judge you, which I love that I'm able to take classes on Evolve in a comfortable environment and complete the exercises in my own pace.
I'll show it here, not like this, like this. And the reason is, if I do this...
When we completed our assignments for every classes, all we had to do is take a good picture of the finished painting and submit it to the homework portal. The best thing is, you will receive feedback after reviewed by Evolve instructors in less than 24 hours, so you can move on to the next exercise without waiting too long and loses all your motivation. You can just keep on working. I remember submitting my first Evolve homework, and when I received a notification saying my homework has been reviewed, I was so excited to go check what the instructors has said about my homework. It reminds me of assessment days in art school, except you don't have to get criticized by your lecturer face to face. Well, at Evolve, everything is straightforward. If you did good, you will get compliments, and if you have things to improve, they will point it out. They will also give you tips targeting your mistakes and weaknesses. For example, my first graded exercise was bad. It was so bad. The instructor told me that it was lack of a wider band to create a smoother fade. So I take note of that and make some changes in my second graded exercise. I can see the difference and improvement immediately when I put them up side by side. Regarding the homework portal, it's not just for submitting assignments only. There's a student gallery wall which you can see the other students' work, you can leave likes and compliments to each other. You will also have the access to Evolve artists, events and resources, which you can schedule a one-on-one meeting with the head instructor to talk about concerns, to ask for their opinions and feedback. There are also live classes, study group, and homework rooms as well. You can also find a bunch of recordings that contains different kind of resources that might be useful when you are going through the program on Evolve Artist. To conclude my experience with Evolve Art Program, it's certainly much more enjoyable, comfortable, and efficient compared to my personal learning experience when I studied in art school. I was actually disappointed that I didn't get to further develop my skills using oil paint when I was studying art years ago, so I'm really happy to have the chance to learn how to paint using oil again and go back to learn the basics of art. I hope I'm able to build a really strong foundation on how to create oil paintings. And the same knowledge of art fundamentals can be used for any medium as well, which certainly will benefit a lot when I need to further develop my art. I would also like to mention about the way they teach. It's really efficient and straightforward, yet incredibly detailed. You can tell that they're determined to make sure you learn well until you are able to create professional grade paintings. And that doesn't just cater to experienced artists. Evolve was actually designed with beginners in mind. You can have little to no experience in art to join the program, and you will equally receive professional training and learn every skills necessary to produce amazing works. However, I would like to remind that everyone is different. We all have different learning pace, different struggles, and different ways to take in information. and so many more reasons that will affect the learning process. So the duration to see the improvements and acquiring the skills are different for everyone. It might be fast and easy for some talented people and slow or difficult for normal people. But most improvements comes from a gradual process. As long as you put in the efforts to learn, you will slowly accumulate the skills you wish to achieve. If you are currently looking for art classes or programs to join, you can look into Evolve Artist and see if this art program they're offering is exactly what you're looking for. Evolve Artist actually offers money-back guarantee. If you join this program but fail to see any improvements or good results after you completed all the exercises in Block 1, you can actually email them and request for a refund. So if you're interested to know more about Evolve Artist and the program they're offering, you can visit their website using the link at my description box. You can also find a free mini course by Evolve and a coupon code as well. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope this might be helpful for anyone out there who is currently seeking for online art program. Personally, I will continue taking the Block 1 courses until I actually completed all 20 assignments. It's a lot, but I really like doing the exercises. It's quite therapeutic when painting using oil. So yeah, I hope I can give you guys an update by then. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!